In the last 18 months, agencies across the world cut their sales teams by 60 to 70%. Klarna replaced 700 customer services roles with AI. The way sales works has fundamentally changed. If you don't understand the systems every scalable business runs on, you are already behind. In this video, I'm going to show you the 4 systems that let businesses scale with 2-person teams while others burn through 20 people and still can't hit the targets. And more importantly, how to identify which system is broken in your business and fix it. Most entrepreneurs hear sales system and think it's CRM, spreadsheets, maybe some email automation. But that's not a system, that's admin work. A real sales system is a machine that turns strangers into customers predictably, repeatedly, and profitably. And after closing over 10 million in sales throughout my career and helping more than 1,000 companies scale, I've seen the same pattern everywhere. Sales is not one system, it's 4 systems working together, and even if one of these systems is broken, the entire machine breaks down. Think about it like this: if your entire sales operation is like a factory that makes bread, you got the flour, ingredients coming in, mixing and baking happening on the production line, and bread going out. If you don't know how the production line should operate, or you don't know what the final bread should look like, how can you expect the factory to consistently produce thousands of products? If you don't know what core systems are, how they connect, and what output you're measuring from each one, you can't scale predictably to 7 or 8 figures. But once you understand these systems, you will see exactly where your system operation is breaking down and how you can fix it. By the way, subscribe to my channel if you want to scale your company. We post many videos like this that are relevant to your business growth. So let me break it down, these 4 systems. System number 1 is the lead generation. Here where most businesses completely fall apart. They manually research prospects on LinkedIn for 2 hours a day, copying and pasting names into spreadsheets, writing same emails over and over, cold calling from leads they build by hand. I know because I used to do this as well, 10 hours a day of pure manual work. But if you're still doing this manually, when you're trying to scale to 6 or 7 figures, you are not building a business, you are building a job. A predictable pipeline is not built on hustle, it's built on infrastructure. AI-powered systems using tools like Clay, Salesforce, Prospeo Instantly, and HeyReach can do in 20 minutes what used to take me 4 to 5 hours. Intelligent systems that identify your ideal customers, enrich data, personalize outreach at a scale, follow up automatically, and book qualified calls directly into your calendar. This infrastructure can do the work of 10 people. Companies across the world are cutting their sales headcount by 60 to 70% because these systems work. If the next system is broken, none of this matters, because getting leads into your pipeline is only 25% of the equation. Now you have to actually close them. System 2 is about closing. Most people think closing is about charisma or being natural salesperson. That's nonsense. Closing is a system. It's a predictable sequence of questions, frameworks, and responses that guide prospect from maybe to interested and let's do it. I've closed over 10 million in sales throughout my career. The deals I won were not because I had better charisma. They were because I had a system. A real closing system has 3 components. Your line of questioning, a structured sequence of designed questions to uncover pain, build urgency, and position your offer as the obvious solution. Your pitch framework, a flexible structure that adapts to what you learned in your questions. It should feel like a natural continuation of the conversation, not a sales presentation. Then objection handling is not about rejections. They are buying signals, but only if you are prepared with pre-built responses that feel conversational, not scripted. Most businesses lose 60 to 70% of their deals because they don't have a systematic approach. They wing it, hope and pray. Our clients' close rate sits around 27 to 35%, not because we are better salespeople, but because we have a system. We know our questions, our framework, our responses. When you systemize your closing, your revenue becomes predictable instead of gambling. But here's still 2 more systems that determine whether your business scales or stays stuck. System number 3 is fulfillment and retention. Here's what nobody talks about. Getting a customer is very expensive. Keeping a customer is profitable. Most entrepreneurs are so focused on getting new customers that they completely neglect the customers that they already have. That's leaving millions on the table. A real fulfillment system is about strategically increasing the lifetime value of every client through 5 things. First, client happiness, systems for onboarding, check-in, problem solving, and relationship building. Happy clients stay and refer. Number 2, upsells. Once client gets results, what the next logical step? Number 3, cross-sells. What complementary services make their results even better? Number 4, value ladder. A clear path for entry level to premium. And number 5, continuity. Monthly recurring revenue, retainers, subscription models, and etc. Here's the example. You close a client at $5,000 with no retention system. That $5,000 is just that. One and done. But with the proper system, the clients stay for 12 months instead of 3. That's 20,000. They upgrade to premium, which is 30,000. They add services, which is 40,000. They refer to 2 clients, and now you got 50,000 from one original client. Same customer acquisition cost, 10 times more value. But here's the one more system that separates good businesses from the great businesses. That's the content warm-up system. Because cold outreach and paid ads get expensive fast, what if prospects came to you already warm, already familiar with your work, already pre-sold on your expertise? And that's your flywheel. A content system does 3 things. It gets eyeballs on content that reaches your ideal client where they already are. It warms them up. By the time they book a call, they know you, they trust you, and they are pre-sold. Your close rate on warm leads versus cold leads will be 3 or 5 times higher. So this system is keeping you on top of mind because not everyone is ready now. But when they are ready, who do you think they will call? This creates the flywheel. Content generates inbound leads. Those leads close at higher rates usually. Those clients get results and create testimonials. Those testimonials become more content, and that content generates more inbound leads. You see how the flywheel works like. The longer you do the warm-up system, the less you need cold outreach. But here's the most people screw this up. They try to build all 4 systems at once. Their lead generation is half automated, their closing is inconsistent, their fulfillment is chaotic, their content gets posted once in a month, nothing actually gets built. So which one of these 4 systems is the weakest in your business right now? Comment below and let us know about that. Is this lead generation, closing, fulfillment, or content? Because once you identify your weakest system, here's what you need to do and what you need to understand. These 4 systems work like a flywheel. And the goal is make it easier for your prospects to go through that flywheel. Look, I've been there spending 10 hours a day and manual sales work, barely keeping up, wondering if there was a better way. Here's what I wish someone told me. It's really not about doing the work, doing the sales itself. It's really about creating that system that is like a flywheel. At the start, you got the lead generation that is controlling how many leads enter. Then closing, where leads become clients. The fulfillment and retention, where clients become high-value long-term customers. And the content runs in parallel, warming up the prospects while they are in the flywheel. But most businesses have bottlenecks they even don't realize. Your close rate is 15% when it should be 35%. That's a barrier in closing. Clients churn after 3 months instead of staying for 2 years. That's a lot of money left on the table. You are only relying on cold outreach with no content engine, with no warm-up system. That's a missing system. And people who try to fix everything at once, their time gets so spread that they cannot get things done. The smart move is to fix one system at a time. Start with biggest constraint. How do you figure out which is your biggest constraint? You need a data. For example, lead generation system. How many leads do you get per week? How many of them are showing up to the call? How many of them you can close? Then, for example, fulfillment system. What is your retention rate? What is the customer lifetime value? What is the ratio of upsells and cross-sells? Then, regarding to the content, how many pieces of content you are posting in a week? How is your engagement rate? How many inbound leads you generate from your content system? Once you have that data, the constraint becomes obvious. If you try to fix everything at once, 6 months later, you are still dealing with the same problem. By going all in on one constraint, you actually make progress. By going slow, you move fast. Here's the order. Fix lead generation first if your pipeline is inconsistent. When I built my lead gen system, I went from 10 hours a day to 4 hours. Not because I got faster, because I eliminated the manual work. Then fix closing rate. Get your close rate from 15% to 27%, the best 35%. Then fix fulfillment rate. Get your retention rate from 5,000 to 50,000 per client. Then build the content engine. Each fix unlocks more flow, more efficiency, and more revenue. Scaling your operation is simple in theory. You need 4 systems working together. Lead gen, AI infrastructure that does the work of 10 people and cuts your time from 10 hours to 4. Closing, systematic questions, pitch and objection handling so you never wing it. Fulfillment and retention, client happiness, upsells, cross-sells, and continuity so that every customer wears 5 to 10 times more. Content warm-up system, a flywheel that generates eyeballs, warms them up, and keeps you on top of mind. Map these systems, track the data, fix the biggest constraint. Then the next will be the next bottleneck. By fixing each system, you unlock the next level revenue. So if you build the AI infrastructure, you free up your time. By creating the content engine, you reduce your acquisition cost. So you need to build systems, run it, watch where it breaks, fix it and run it again, and then turn up the volume. That's the cycle. So you are not just a business owner anymore, you are a system architect. And once you see your sales operation as 4 interconnected systems instead of random activities, everything will change for you. Now, if you want to know exactly how to build AI-powered lead generation infrastructure that can replace 10 salespeople and cut your workload by more than half, then look at the link below. I put the training for you. So now you need to focus on the systems I gave you and start building your sales machine.